Hey everybody, this is Pastor Dwayne joining you once again on the Power Encounter. So glad you can join us today. And listen, our whole goal here at the Power Encounter is that you encounter the presence of God, reach your destiny, leave a legacy. That's what my prayer is for you. My passion is for you. And today, I just want to ask you a question. Are you giving God your best? Are you giving him your best? What God is asking for each and every one of us is to live life to the fullest. He said, I came that you might have life and have it abundantly, but what he wants from you, what he wants from me, is for us to give him our very, very best. And I know, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I hold back. Sometimes I'm not giving him my all. And today I just want to encourage you to give God your B.E.S.T, best. Letter B in best stands for your bodies. Your bodies. Present your bodies unto him as a living sacrifice. Listen, that's Romans chapter 12. Don't you know that we are supposed to be living sacrifices, presenting our bodies to him? 1 Corinthians chapter 6 says that, what, don't you know that your body is a temple, that I'm not my own, but I've been bought with a price? Are you presenting your body to him? Listen, that goes into what I do with what I eat. That goes into what I do with my body sexually. That goes all of that. Listen, I'm not my own. I can't do whatever I want to with this body because I got to give an account. It's his. So, B, give God your body. Letter E stands for exaltation. Exaltation just means to praise. Are you giving him your praise? Listen, in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 15 says, therefore, let us offer through Jesus a continual sacrifice of praise to God, proclaiming our allegiance to his name. We ought to give him our exaltation. We ought to give him praise. That's our best. Don't hold out on him. When I sit in church on Sunday sometimes and you see people with their hands folded and just kind of looking around and it's like too worried about what somebody else next to me is going to say, or do I sound right, or am I going to look crazy if I lift my hands? Listen, let me tell you, you got to give God the highest praise. Give him praise don't matter care who's next to you. It's like David. David said, listen, I'm willing to become even more undignified than this. I'm willing to look like a crazy man for his sake. And when I think about all he's done for me, when you think of what God has done for you, you ought to give him your exaltation. You ought to give him praise. You ought to give him your best praise. B, your bodies. E, exaltation. S stands for sacrifice. You ought to give him sacrifice. We ought to give him a sacrifice of praise, but the sacrifice of your life. You know what? That's what he's done all that for us. What he is asking for us to do is just to serve him. Sacrifice simply just means to service. Just to serve him, to get involved in ministry. If you're listening and you've given your life to Jesus Christ and you're not involved in ministry or you're not involved in serving somewhere, get involved, get plugged in and serve him and give him your best. Listen, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10 says, for we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things he planned for us long ago. That's service. So give him your body, give him exaltation, give him service, and T, give him your tithes and offerings. Give him tithes and offerings. All that means is give him your resources, guys, because they're his in the first place. I kind of think of the woman in Mark chapter 12, that widow in Mark chapter 12. She gave God her last. It wasn't much, but because she gave all she had, she gave more than every last one of those other people who gave a lot more in volume, but it was extra. They gave extra. She just gave everything. Give him your tithes and offerings. Because why? He's the one who's given me the ability to gain wealth. So let me give back to him anyway, because they rightfully belong to him. Give God your best. Your bodies, your exaltation, your service, your tithes, your offerings. And guess what? It brings glory to him. Thank you for joining us on the Power Encounter. Look forward to seeing you next time. I pray that you will encounter his presence, reach your destiny, and leave a legacy. God bless you.